Hey you guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the Authortube newbie tag. And yes, I know that I have been technically on the Authortube sphere for quite some time, since I do writing vlogs and writing diaries every now, like once a month. But I didn't know Authortube existed. And this is my declaration that I'm going to be having more like kind of author related things in my channel a bit more. So it'll be like primarily still booktube, but I'm going to try to integrate more writing aspect related things into here. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So all the questions that are available are on my phone. But the first question is, how did you find out about Authortube? And honestly, I kind of didn't. Like I said, I had been making writing vlogs for a while, and I just kind of figured that the random author suggested content that I saw was just like, oh yeah, other writers who do booktube who do that. I didn't know there was an actual community to it until I think one of you guys commented on my previous writing vlog, on one of my writing vlogs, saying they found my Authortube, and it just kind of opened up a whole new world for me. So that's how I discovered it, by accident, which is truly how I discover most things in life. Question number 2 is, what genre do you write in? I try to branch out into contemporary, but I just can't do it. So primarily it's like either high fantasy, urban fantasy, and then magical realism at times if I'm feeling a little frisky with it. But those are kind of the top 2 really, that I tend to dabble in. Question number 3 is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? So my preferred writing tense is past. I have tried to write in present ongoing tense. It doesn't work for me, or third ongoing. Can't do it. And then point of view, I do prefer a good, healthy, limited third. I've tried, I can do first person, but it's a bit of a struggle for me. I find that I lack description in a lot of things because the narration is so limited, and I do like inserting a lot of description in there. As well as category of story, I'm like in this weird in-between where I like writing young adult, but I have slowly started to move toward new adult a bit more, and I think by the time that I'm done, or by the time I ever get published, I will be kind of writing in like the new adult / adult genre of things, which I'm okay with. I feel like new adult doesn't get enough credit here, like anywhere. Question 4, am I a plotter, a pantser, or a plantser? So if you guys don't know, a plotter is someone who plots out their entire story. A pantser is someone who kind of flies by the seat of their pants situation and goes with the flow. And a plantser is some kind of both. And not gonna lie, I'm more of a plantser. It really depends on the story. For my first work in progress that I'm currently taking a breather from, I was definitely a plotter. I plotted everything. But for the most part, I do tend to freehand a lot of like the beginning, and then I outline the rest of the story and reverse outline the beginning and seeing how that goes. So definitely a plantser, which is a really weird word. Number 5, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am yet to be published. I am hoping to be published in the next couple years. Cross my fingers, hope to die. No, it's cross my heart, hope to die, not cross my fingers, hope to die. It's fine. Number 6, which publishing company, literary agent, and or printing company are you presented or used, or if not, which one do you dream about? I haven't thought much to literary agent because I haven't done my research on it. I'm trying to kind of avoid looking up agents until I am querying, primarily because I don't want to have that be the goal for me to finish my drafts. I want my goal when I draft to be to finish the draft and to make it comprehensible for myself and for my friends who are reading it and beta reading it. So literary agent will be kind of probably after this third draft. But as for publishing company, I am really good with either Bloomsbury or Macmillan. They both have, I believe Leigh Bardugo is with Macmillan, and then Bloomsbury has Sarah J. Maas. And I haven't read a ton of Leigh Bardugo yet, but I do know she's a great author, and I'm excited for her for the 9th house to come out. But I am a huge fan of Sarah J. Maas, so I would really like to kind of hop in there and settle my feet in. But also, I think I'd be also comfortable with probably who published this one. But I also think I'd be really comfortable getting published by HarperCollins, since Madeline Miller, who is also one of my other favorite authors, was published by them. So, whichever one really. Number 7, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Really, I haven't decided everything just yet. I know that I'm going to be still doing my writing vlogs. I'm going to try to do writing vlogs where you actually follow me through and see my process every now and again. at least from like beginning to end. I want to do more advice videos and more maybe like a 24-hour, just kidding, 24-hour, maybe it's like a 24-hour writing situation, just something fun. But other than that, I haven't necessarily decided. I haven't fully dipped my toes into the full Authortube community, so I'm going to be like slowly working my way in, because I find that when I go off into the deep end of advice for authors, or like watching other authors talk about their works and their successes, I find myself comparing. So it's going to be a slow kind of progression into the community, so I don't like somehow mess with my own writing by subconsciously comparing and like feeling like I should be doing better, I guess. Number 8 is when did I start writing? This one's tough. I think when I was like 8-ish, 7-ish. I was always the kind of kid that like made up stories in her head when I played, but I didn't think I started writing them down until I was about like I want to say 8 or 9, maybe 10. Question number 9 is what was the first story I ever wrote? And the first one that comes to mind is this children's book that I wrote about 2 fairy pigs. Keep following me here. Where they were sisters and they wanted friends, and they were so lonely that they kind of had to change their appearances to make friends. But then at the end of the day, realized that like really being yourself is the best way to make friends. I don't know, maybe I was a lonely kid. I think I was getting bullied at the time, so I think that might make sense as to why I wrote that story. Fun times. Question number 10 is what authors have inspired you the most? And I'm just gonna pull out my bullet journal because I have a list. Stephanie Meyer. Yes, I know she wrote Twilight, and Twilight's a bit of a mess, but she inspired me to get back into writing because I had stopped for a long time until I had jumped on that bandwagon. Cassandra Clare, as you guys can tell, she is one of my favorite authors of all time. I think her writing has progressed wonderfully over the years. Oscar Wilde, also a favorite of mine. Madeline Miller, as I mentioned before. Sarah J. Maas, Taylor Jenkins Reid, Kendara Blake to an extent. I admire her work and how she's forming the series, but I still need to catch up to those books for me to be like, yep, you're my favorite, or see how the series ends kind of situation. And then finally, Erin Morgenstern, who has written the Night Circus. Oh wait, why did I not? Angie Thomas is also on this list. I don't know why I didn't write her down, but she is also on this list, as well as a few others, but... Ooh, Natasha Young is also one of them. I adore Girls, Paper, and Fire. Loved it. Can't give me more sapphic Asian. Question 11 is, do I schedule out my writing or just kind of write whenever? Really, it depends on the day. Sometimes I'll literally go into like my bullet journal / planner and write down from like 10 or from like after dinner you're going to be writing, and I have like that set time. But other times you'll just kind of see me wandering around with my laptop, or like if I have my bullet journal with me, I'll be writing in there too. It just really depends on my day and the mood. Number 12 is what do you type on a computer, typewriter? Write everything out by hand, or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I use a blend. Like I said, I write in my bullet journal. I also write in scrap pieces of paper. I have a couple notebooks. I write on OneNote quite frequently. I also write on my laptop. I think that my laptop helps me kind of write, not better, but it helps me figure out the details a bit more than if I'm writing it out by hand. And I also tend to write kind of everywhere. My laptop, the floor, the kitchen table, the living room. Sometimes I like to go to coffee shops and write, but really anywhere that I'm able. Sometimes if I'm on a road trip, the car. And then number 13 is what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of Authortube? Really, it's just to make friends. A lot of my friends are writers, but they're not in the same kind of, they're not as invested as I am, in a sense that they are consistently writing. This is something they want to do with their lives, so it's just kind of a hobby for them. So I always feel bad like asking them for advice or like showing them my story, though they are very happy to read my story regardless of the day, but you know what I mean. So I'm excited to make more friends who are authors and kind of have this chunk of their life in there, as well as learn more tips and tricks. A lot of the tips I learned were really good when I did take like writing classes, or when I like go on Pinterest and YouTube. So like just finding more really would be really helpful for me. But that is it from this tag. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but yeah, this is like my declaration that I'm joining the Authortube. So yeah, if you like more of these videos, hit like, subscribe. Like I said, I'll be trying to upload more author-based related subjects in the future. But if not, I do have all of my writing vlogs, which consistently come out every month. So until then, I'll talk to you guys everywhere else, and yeah, bye!